Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros.
Shoots, he scores!
In this video, we're going to break down Caleb Desnoyers' hockey game and go through some clips and highlights and see what makes him one of the top prospects for the 2025 NHL Draft class. And if you want to see some scouting reports on some of these other prospects, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube or just hit the logo so you can get to our homepage. And please hit that subscribe and like button. I'd really appreciate it. We're heading to 12,000 subscribers, so help me reach that goal. That would really be cool. Thank you. All right, Caleb Desnoyers. He is 6'2", 178 pounds. He's a left-handed centerman. And in terms of his rankings, NHL Central Scouting has him as the 7th best players in North America. McKeen's has him at 6, TSN Bob McKenzie 6, Elite Prospects 9, and the Hockey News at number 7. Now, in terms of points, this year he had 84 points in 56 games. Really, really good. 35 goals, 49 assists. I'd consider him more of a playmaker than a goal scorer, but decent dual threat right there. And if we look at the top CHL, the entire CHL points per game for the draft class, he is at number 4 behind Michael Misa, Martone, and Kindle. So not too shabby. 1.5 points per game for his draft season. Really good. All right, and now we're going to take a look at his skating, his shooting, his passing, his puck control, his compete level, and what he needs to improve upon. So the first thing is his skating, and you'll see that Caleb Desnoyers is a really good skater. He's got that nice acceleration. Watch this one here. Boom. He's gone. He's gone. And then makes a nice little goal here. But yeah, he definitely can maneuver around the ice. Now, his top end speed isn't the greatest, and I'll explain why in a couple of clips. But in terms of overall mechanics and whatnot, pretty decent. You'll see here actually him kind of skate. And right here, you're going to see he's got that wide stance. So his recovery is not the best, I guess you could say. So he loses a little bit of energy there. But when he gets moving, you know, for a big kid, and we got to remember, he's kind of still slight. He's only 178 pounds at 6'2". So he's just got to get a little bit stronger, get a little bit more strength, work on the skating a little bit more. But I mean, you know, overall, a good skater. Just doesn't have that separation speed yet. But I think there's another level that he can reach. All right, shooting is the next component. And yes, he can wire a puck. Boom! Woo! Look at that shot. Come on, Caleb. Like I said, he had 36 goals this year, and yeah, he can shoot a puck. Now, the thing with Desnoyers is that a lot of his goals, the majority of his goals, were not shots like this. They were in and around the net, picking up rebounds, crashing a net, little side goals off the side of the goal mouth and whatnot. But, I mean, he does have a nice shot. Like, check this out. And his shot selection is a little bit questionable too. But for the most part, he can shoot a puck when he wants to, as is evident in these clips. And I just love watching clips of goal scorers. So here's the one-timer. You got to let this one go. Boom. Just a quick release right there from the pass. So you'd like to see that. Beat the goalie cleanly there. Really nice goal right there. And then same thing with this one. Now this one here I want to show because he passes it off, but he stays open. He stays open. So he had the smarts to, you know, not give up in the play and leave himself open as a passing option. And then what happened was he got the return pass. So hockey IQ is pretty high up there. We're going to talk about that later on too, actually right now with the passing. So yeah, you know what? He's a playmaker, really, really good playmaker. Sees the ice well. Watch this one. Like, come on. The goalie. Look at the goalie. See how far the goalie was out? The goalie anticipated that he was going to shoot. Big mistake. Caleb Desnoyers said, no. I'm making it look like I'm shooting, but look at that wide open cage for his teammate. Watch this. Like, come on. So, yeah, you know, the one thing with Desnoyers is he sees the ice really well. He creates time and space, I guess you could say, is the big thing, right? His ability to read the ice. And this is another great pass. Like, watch this. Just waits at the perfect. Again, the goalie was completely out of the net. Like totally just waited that extra little second. And when you have a player that can read the ice really well, he's going to be a good playmaker. And this one here's another nice pass. He waited until a lane opened up, creating that time and space. And so, he does that very well. He'll be a good complementary player on a line where he can, set up teammates who are, better shooters. Like, this is a great, come on, there's 3 guys on that guy, and he found the seam. Now, this one here is the one I want to show in terms of creating time and space. He just waits, and then he finds that guy in the slot. Like, come on. That is unreal. And he's got a guy draped all over him, and he still found his teammate, and that's unreal. Hockey IQ, really, really good. Puck control, kid's got some hands. I wouldn't consider him like one of the top, a really good stick handler. Let's put it that way. He's not the top in this draft, but he's pretty up high there. When he gets moving, and he sees it, like, again, and I think that has to do with his hockey IQ, creating time and space, and just reading, the opposition, and he does that really well. This one here, you're going to see just nice little maneuver there, and then he finds his teammate in the slot and they score. So yeah, he's got the hands too, and it helps when you have really good puck control and stick handling as a playmaker, because it helps you to kind of get into those lanes, those spaces where you can set up a teammate in scoring chances, and that's exactly what he does. And this one here, you're going to see a block shot. He's going to take it down the ice, and this one here, creating time and space. Like, look at this. That is something where he extended the possession. He waited until that last opportunity to dish it off. And then a little deke action. Yeah, I had to include that in here. Breakaways. He's got some magic on the breakaways. Check this out. Little backhand. Whoa. That's a nice little finish there, Caleb. Nicely done. All right, next component. Compete. Yeah, you know what? He's a decent little worker, I have to admit. Like, this one here, look at this, pushes him off the puck, and then that smarts to find his teammate, and they end up scoring because of it. So, I wouldn't consider him a really physical player, but right here, he's gonna good battle along the boards, and then he gets kind of knocked around a little bit, but he doesn't give up on the play, and you like to see that. Takes a run at that guy, and then comes over here and wins the puck right there, and then drops it back to a teammate. You know what? Compete's not bad. Like, it's a little bit more. He's got to get a little stronger. That's a nice little hit right there. He's got to get a little bit stronger. He doesn't give up on this one. Sticks with the player there, kind of harasses him. So compete's not bad. All right. Some things that he needs to improve upon. Sometimes defensively, little puck watching. And this one here, you're going to see he's following the puck a little bit, leaves one guy open, and that guy ends up scoring. So just, little brain farts, I guess you could say. Nothing major. Same thing here. You're going to see the back check is a little iffy. And he's at the top now, and then his coverage is blown, and that guy scores. And then here, this is just a little bit of a weak chip in, and then the back check is a little weak too. So little things. And then here you're going to see that physicality. So this guy just pushes him off the puck easy, and the other team gets the puck back. So again, just got to work on his strength a little bit. Same thing here. You're going to see he just can't stay with the guy, and then they lose the puck. So overall, though, I mean, I'm a big fan of Caleb Desnoyers. I love his game overall. He's a really good two-way player. So that's one of his strengths. Hockey IQ. Like, come on. The way he sees the ice, reads the plays really well. There are some times, if he's pressured a little bit too much, but he's young. He's one of the younger team on Moncton, and he's, assistant captain, and he plays really well. And his playmaking, like the way he sees that ice, his, ability to read the ice, create time and space is very impressive for a young player. He's only, 17. And then what he needs to work on, little things, strength. He's got to get a little bit stronger, and that'll help with his physicality. Shooting, his shot selection's got to be a little bit better. But, I mean, he's got a really good shot. Don't get me wrong. He's got to find those open lanes and know when to, press it on net and when not. And then the skating, just develop a little bit faster in terms of his linear speed. Get a little bit faster that way. His acceleration is really good. So, little things that he needs to work on. In my opinion, he's a top 10 pick in this draft for sure. I mean, he could be flirting with top 5, depending on how the lottery goes. But yeah, overall game, great player. Caleb Desnoyers. That's my take on him. And like I've said before, please help the channel grow. Hit that subscribe and like button. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.